Okie dokie.
All right.
Here's the story.
Thank you, Crumb Cake time. Dessert of the month time. First time offering a flavor we're about to get into. Are you showing us the lemon right now?
Lemon with the curd inside. Who thought of that? It's crazy.
Oh, it's absolutely delicious. Jimmy the baker is here in the house today. Really that solution for that sweet treat if you need it. We're calling it dessert of the month, but it is breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. All of the time. If you are hosting anybody for the holidays, this is a must-have. These are 12 of the 6.5-ounce holiday flavors crumb cakes. First time offering a flavor I'm about to show you, which is absolutely spectacular. Individually wrapped, 6.5 ounces each is massive. So everybody gets 6 of the classic cinnamon that we all know and love. Getting in on your own product, are you? Can't help himself. Can't help yourself.
That is really
I don't
good.
blame you. All right, everybody gets 6 of the cinnamon, and then you're gonna choose your secondary flavor. So do you want your another 6 in the apple cider, which is our first time offering this apple cider? I heard a little birdie told me this was inspired by David Venable.
Yep.
Do you want 6 cinnamon and 6 of the lemon, which is one of my absolute favorites with that curd in the middle? Or 6 of the cinnamon with 6 of the almond. A lot to talk about here, but Jimmy Tanico is here. He is Jimmy the baker himself. These work out to be $3.33 a piece. 600 have already been ordered. It's an $8 easy pay.
$5 for coffee today.
Samesies.
$3 for a piece of crumb cake.
Samesies. A crumb cake that is so generous in size feeds 1, 2, maybe even 3 people. But this is $39.98, $3.33 a piece, and an $8 easy pay. It ships now, or it ships the week of December 9th, and there is auto delivery. You'll receive it whatever ship week you pick for now. Also in March and June and September. So you always have crumb cakes on hand. Hi, Jimmy.
So, beginning of this year, I made a promise, more fruit, more flavor, more moist. And so we discovered the fruit fillings.
Okay.
So we have our regular lemon crumb cake, which has the lemon oil, but this has the lemon curd layered throughout the cake. And it adds even more moisture. And in fact, what you heard was I was eating a piece while you were going over what you
He
get.
sure was.
Because I'm holding it in my hand, and it's extraordinarily moist. And that's from the lemon curd, that's from the cake, and the great buttercrumb on top really complements it. Really a great tasting piece of cake.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Okay, so that's lemon. Can I get in on some of that real quick?
Go ahead, get on some of that.
Because I'm obsessed with lemon, and so is our customer right now, apparently, because that's the one that's going really quickly.
The QVC customer can't get enough lemon. That's why we put the lemon curd in there.
It's so moist, even like throughout the entire cake. Look at all this at the bottom. It's like tacky and it's delicious and crumbly, and I'm making a mess, and I don't care.
It's okay, you're allowed.
I am allowed. I am. Okay, what's next?
Next is classic cinnamon. Well, you munch on that. Classic cinnamon.
Hold
this
on
just okay, you like that? Isn't that
Hold on
good?
a second.
That hits you, man. It really does hit you.
It has like the zest of the lemon and the texture and the flavor and the crumb on top. This is insane.
The lemon crumb. This is our classic, and this is my crew, Frankie and Carlton, the bakers on the floor. I didn't make this up special for the show. I pulled this right out of production. And this is a layer of cake, a layer of cinnamon, another layer of cake, and plenty of crumb topping. Oh, somebody hit the crumb topping there. Look at that. Who did that? So anyway, plenty of crumb topping.
I think it was probably you when I was talking.
Butter, brown sugar, all that stuff. This is the one, maybe all of them are, but this is the one, 8, 10, 15 seconds in the microwave, bring out the cinnamon notes, bring out the pudding notes, the delicious cinnamon cake. But I think the star of the show is
this the apple cider? I've never tried this. 1,000 of you have already picked this up. 10,000 since we made it the November dessert of the month. But let's talk apple cider.
So here was the goal. The goal was David Venable was last year was out at a farm eating apple cider donuts, and I saw him later on, and he said, I said, I think you can make an apple cider pound cake or something that will come close to tasting like an apple cider donut. 10 seconds in the microwave are going to ignite those sugar particles on those little sugar, what we call rock sugar or sanding sugar on top.
They're not so little.
Not so little, because when we put the regular sugar on, it disappeared. We want that feeling of you just went to the farm stand, you got a hot apple cider donut. Cinnamon sugar spread throughout the center. This is a light, airy cake. And oh, by the way, I'm leaving out the most important thing. It's made with apple cider. Real apple cider is poured into this batter. So go ahead.
Hold on, let me just grab that real fast, because you sold me here. Again, still extremely moist. Look at those sugar crystals on the top.
I might use apple cider. I'm going to just say that the apple cider adds moisture to the cake. It's not an overpowering flavor, it's a complementing flavor, but we notice that cake is exceptionally moist when we add the apple cider in it. Right? So
Oh, wow.
You could put that in a microwave.
It kind of like transports you.
Yes, it does. Thank you. I like that. Transporting.
That's right.
I like transporting. I have that effect. Anyway, so almond is the last. I call this the kinder, gentler coffee cake because not overly sweet, but the almond lovers love this cake. The almond oil complemented by the the white butter crumb topping, complemented by that little light dusting of cinnamon sugar in the center of the cake. I like this. And by the way, so if you're going to send these out for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, or you're going to send them as gifts, these freeze really well. You can send them wherever you want. You can get them now. You can gift them out on first week of November, or I'm sorry, first week of December, and they'll get there in time for the holidays. And this is I happen to like this as the one everyone's going to like. The apple cider is a memorable, what I call a memorable event because they just haven't had it anywhere before.
Well, it kind of just takes you down a trip down memory lane of apple picking and those apple cider donuts and nice and warm and piping hot. Remember, you get 6, everybody gets 6 of the cinnamon. Get on in here. Everybody gets 6 on the cinnamon, and then you're going to choose your other 6, whether you want that new apple cider, if you want the lemon, which has been like out the gate the most popular, or if you want the almond. Auto delivery is 4 shipments in total. Whatever ship date you pick, whether it's now or December 9th, then again in March, in June, in September.
You know what I love, and if you're just joining us, is that Jimmy the Baker, you always win for best stock. So whenever there's an opportunity to have this and to keep these around, we always do, and best cake as well. But beyond that, I love that this is a variety pack. So if you've never tried Jimmy the Baker, you're getting the quintessential one that everybody loves, the cinnamon crumb. And then you just decide what are the 6 of the other flavors that you want. Jimmy, it's $3 and change for 6.5 ounces.
No way.
I know.
That never happens. Go to Lots of Bucks and try to find a little, a bun or a muffin or something that is actually $3 and change. That is the price of these. You wouldn't. It would be
it would never happen.
$7 or whatever.
Minimum.
It wouldn't be as good.
Nope.
And it wouldn't be as fresh. And the ones that folks are ordering, Jimmy, are they even made yet?
No, so we're baking and shipping, and we want to get these out as soon as we can, so you can put them in your freezer. You can eat them now if you want, of course, but they'll last in your freezer for months. Although I hope they're not there for months. But there's I got to update this. It's bad when I look younger in these things. We really got to update those videos. But anyway, this is a balancing act between making stuff by hand and mass producing stuff.
Incredible.
That's the handwork you see of fruit going into cake and then crumb going on top. Making them by the thousand, so we get them to you in time. But we got to make each one look differently. So there's some handwork there, and that's where you see the crumb topping go on. I call them my crumb artists because I drive them crazy because they know they can't put little pieces on. They have to big chunks of crumb on top. Look, if you're going to, the greatest form of flattery is when you choose us to send gifts for anywhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas and every holiday in between. I cannot tell you how flattered I am when I see that. People call me up and say it's that time of year again to send crumb cakes or cinnamon rolls or whatever it is.
That's right.
Using us as a gift.
I feel like
this
becomes... She keeps on saying that, and the panic keeps on sitting in a little bit more. I feel like this becomes your holiday family tradition. Maybe it's Christmas morning, maybe every Christmas Eve when you're wrapping the presents with the whole family, you all sit around eating your crumb cakes, whatever flavor it may be. But it sort of evokes this traditional feeling, right? Because they are so homemade, they are handmade, they are absolutely delicious. To Rachel's point, best stock up and save times 5.
Right, always.
Right.
Times 5. 2,500 orders have already been placed. That's well over 10,000 since just this month, since we made it the November dessert of the month. Very timely, I say. Everybody gets 6 of the cinnamon, the classic, right? Then you're going to choose your next 6. And remember, each one is individually wrapped. Each one comes in its own paper tray. Every bite is perfect. He's still eating them. You can't stop. Which one are you eating? Which one is it? Apple cider. Okay. So this is the apple cider, which is our first time introducing that. You could do 6 of the cinnamon with 6 of the lemon, which is by far the most popular. Or you could do 6 of the cinnamon with 6 of the almond as well. Remember, lock in that auto delivery. Ooh, if you want the lemon option in December, only 2,000 remain.
Wow.
What's the date today? Is today the 10th?
Frankie, you got to make more lemon. Frankie.
It's only been the dessert of the month for 10 days. We have a lot of November left to go, so who knows if that option is going to last. This is M131989. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you very much.